Natalie. On this episode of Learning the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make your rosemary and garlic focaccia bread. Now, this was a request I received through my website, so I'm thrilled to be able to share it with you. Here's what you need: all-purpose flour, sugar, yeast, extra virgin olive oil, salt, rosemary, garlic, pepper, and water. Really easy recipe. I'm going to show you how delicious it is and how it literally takes no time at all to make. Okay, first thing we're going to do is put the water. I'm just using electric mixer with a dough hook. Just makes life a lot easier for me. Now in the warm water, I'm going to put in the yeast, okie doke, and the sugar. Perfect. Just giving this a little mix. And I'm going to leave this alone for about 5 minutes until it starts to foam, because in that point the yeast will start to activate, and that's when you know you're ready to add the next ingredient. The yeast is foamed. It's been about 4 minutes, so now I'm going to just, with a dough hook always, low speed, otherwise you'll be wearing all the flour. We're going to start adding the flour. And we're going to add about roughly 3.5 to 4 cups of flour. Okay, start a little at a time. And yes, you will wear some of it. Okay, here we go. Second cup. And after the second cup, what I always do is, I always just turn this off. You want to make sure you scrape the sides of your bowl so everything gets incorporated evenly. There we go. Back on. Locking it. And I'm going to put in my third cup. Beautiful. And I'm going to do half, 3.5. Then I'll see where I am. Scrape this one more time. You just always want to make sure you scrape the sides of the bowl so everything gets evenly mixed. Beautiful. Now while I'm letting that mix for a few minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm taking 2 tablespoons of water and I'm going to dissolve 1 tablespoon of coarse kosher salt. Now, I come from a family where we always made our own pizza dough and our own bread, and we always use kosher salt every time we're making any kind of bread. So I'm just going to mix it in here just a tad, like so, and into the dough it goes. There's a little bit of salt that didn't dissolve well, so I'm just going to put it in the olive oil. We're going to add in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Beautiful. Now I can see that this is going to need a tiny bit more flour, so I'm going to add another 1/2 cup. Beautiful. Now, what I'm going to do is making sure to put all the flour in. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it one last scrape. Turn the mixer down. I can really smell the olive oil. It's perfect. Medium speed for 10 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes. At this point, the dough is elastic and smooth. Just going to take it off the hook like so. It's perfect. You don't need any extra flour or anything. It doesn't stick, you see? Doesn't stick to your hand. So what you want to do now is just form it into a bowl. I do it with my hands because I have a lot of practice, but you can just always do it on a board. As you can see, you don't need any extra flour. It doesn't stick to the board, to your hands, anything. Perfect. Into a nice ball, just like so, nice and smooth, like a baby's bottom. Okie doke. Let's get a big bowl. Put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in there. This is so that what I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn the dough in there so it doesn't form a skin. Like so. Perfect. And just wash my hands. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just wrap this tightly with some plastic wrap. like so. Beautiful. And we're going to set this somewhere warm where it can rise without being touched or anything for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. My dough has rested and it's almost just about double in size. Look at that. It's magnificent. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is just take a baking sheet, drizzle some extra virgin olive oil on it. Oh, this is beautiful. It's really soft, which is what you want. And I'm just going to, just like that, just stretch it with your hands. You don't need a rolling pin. You don't need anything fancy. You just need to do it like that. Let's cover this up. One. I just want to make sure it's really well covered. Whoops. And two. Like so. Somewhere relatively warm. It doesn't have to be too warm. Let this rest for about 15-20 minutes. And focaccia bread's been resting for about 15 minutes. Don't throw that out because you're going to have to cover it again. Now what we're going to do is make a little bit of the topping. Make some rosemary and garlic. Not much because rosemary is very strong. So you don't want to overpower the delicateness of the olive oil based bread. There we go. Wonderful. Rough chop. Not too fine. Nice drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Just like that. Sprinkle of fresh rosemary all over the top. Now I'm using a clove of garlic from the elephant ear garlic, so it's really big clove. But if you just have a regular clove of garlic, use about 2 or 3. And you want to cut it really thin, like so. You don't want to chop it. You want to make nice thin slices. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just scatter these over the top. Like that. Some coarse salt. Now, I'm not using the fine salt here. I'm using some coarse kosher salt. Lovely, 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 lovely. So, and fresh ground black pepper. Covering this back up best as we can. Beautiful. Let it rest again for about 20 more minutes, and then finally we can bake it and eat it. Focaccia is done resting. I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. This puppy is going to go in there and bake for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come back. When it comes out, you're not going to want to miss it. Trust me. Look at that. It's nice, golden brown and crispy and soft on the inside, and the garlic is caramelized. Smells heavenly. I recommend waiting about 10 minutes before you cut it, but cannot resist. I'm just going to cut a little piece. Like so. I gotta be able to show you the inside of this. Whoops. Like that. It's perfect. It's soft on the inside. Oh my gosh. There's nothing better than fresh homemade bread. Make this recipe. I guarantee you, you are not going to regret it. To get this recipe and other recipes, visit my website, www.laureninthekitchen.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.